Only $399.99 plus 4 years no interest and free shipping.
Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today.
Big stories, big views, only from Local Sky 3.
There is a very good chance that many of you watching the show this morning are struggling with cataracts. It's a very common thing that so many of us face as we get older. But what exactly is a cataract? And is there something new out there on the market that might make your next cataract surgery a little bit easier? Well, the answer to both of those questions is you're in luck, because we are over here. We've left the studio this morning to come to Friedrich Eye Associates in Hickston, talking with Dr. David Friedrich. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I almost said the answer to both of those questions is yes, but the first question was, what is a cataract? So educate us, because am I right that almost everybody gets them at some point?
You live long enough, you're going to get them.
Okay. What is it? What is a cataract?
Think of a camera. It's really the simplest way to look at it. You've got lenses up front, film in the back.
Okay.
Of course, I can't say that anymore. Pretty soon, nobody's going to know
Right.
what film is.
Right.
A sensor in the back. So you want a lens that's crystal clear. And you wouldn't buy a camera with a lens that had a hazy lens.
Right.
So what happens in us is that with age, the lens tends to get a little hazier, and hazier as time goes on. You could almost tell somebody's age just by looking inside their eyes.
So the warning signs for the non-ophthalmologist out there is what? Like, how do we know that we're struggling with one?
Depends upon the cataract. Most cataracts let themselves be known because at night, headlights will glare out on you. And you'll say, oh, this isn't as much fun as it used to be driving at night. And then sometimes younger people will get cataracts. And with them, very often the first sign is that reading gets to be difficult.
Why would they get a cataract? Just a...
It can be from medications, or it can be from birth in some cases.
Okay, so we all, if we live long enough, I like that phrase, are going to get them. I know that I hear that once you hit your 40s, you begin to need reading glasses. Is there kind of a standard age at which those cataracts begin to be a problem for people?
Well, it's generally in their 60s and 70s along that timeline. Though we often do cataract surgery in people in their 50s. So it can be, say, 50 to 110.
So here's what makes this so interesting to be out here this morning, because let's face it, it's kind of de rigueur now to get your cataract surgery done. It's just very commonplace until you've entered the picture now with this brand new piece of equipment that you have, and you're the only one in town that has it, and you're making the precision all the more precise with this machine. Is that a fair way to set you up?
It is. When we do cataract surgery, we remove the contents of the natural lens in the eye. Again, think of that camera. If you remove the contents, now you have to put a new lens in its place.
Okay.
And typically we put a clear plastic lens in there. Now we have to figure out exactly what power lens to put in that eye to give you good vision.
Okay.
Now we have excellent equipment to try to figure out exactly what power to put in. Now, it's not perfect. No machine is perfect. Now, if you're slightly off with the typical lens, you live with it. You know, you may not be quite as clear as you'd like to be, but it's nothing terrible. What's amazing now is that we have a lens that we can adjust after it's in the eye. So if you're slightly off, then we can adjust it and make you almost perfect.
When you took me in to see it, it looked just like your standard expectation when you come to get your eyes seen, because you just put your chin there and like every other thing, you look into the person's eye. But are you telling me that you can adjust whatever is off literally with that machine on the spot?
You can.
Wow.
You wait 2 to 4 weeks after the cataract surgery, and then we check to see whether or not we're right on the money. And then you can make adjustments using that machine, because that machine puts out ultraviolet light, and it can put it out in a pattern. This new lens responds to ultraviolet light, so you can thicken or thin the lens. When you change the shape of the lens, you change the power of the lens.
So the revolutionary component here is not just the machine, it's also the type of lens you're putting in the eye after performing the surgery.
Exactly, exactly.
They're a partnership.
It's the two.
Okay. So is anybody a candidate for this?
Most people are, but not everybody.
Really?
Yes, there are certain people that really should not be done. If those people have bad problems in the cornea, the front of the eye, it's probably not the best thing, or the same with the retina. There are certain viruses that people might have had in the course of their lives that can be reactivated by the ultraviolet. So you wouldn't want to do them, but that's not very common.
But it's very important that they're honest with you then when they do come in to talk to you.
Exactly. In addition to which, I can usually see scars on the cornea telling me that that person probably had it at some point.
Is there a standard time, Dr. Friedrich, that people wait to finally come in and get cataract surgery? Do we tend to put it off and put it off?
Depends upon the individual. The ladies usually
are bad?
more willing to get. No,
we're better.
No. They're the best.
Okay.
Yes, they see a problem.
We've got places to go. We don't want to not be able to see at night when we drive.
Well, it's true. But for whatever reason, the ladies always take care of their health care before the guys do.
It's an in-depth conversation, and we're going to come back and have the conversation again because it's a lot to kind of take in. But tell me if I passed the class today. So if you're looking to have cataract surgery, people can come to you. You can evaluate them, see if they would be a candidate for this particular model, right, this lens. Would they still do one eye first and then another eye like so many people are accustomed to doing, or do you do both at once?
No, you do one eye, and then 1 to 4 weeks later, when you're absolutely sure that the first eye is perfect, you do the second eye.
Okay, and what you're doing is you're kind of thinking ahead, and you're going to have it where you can see distance in one eye and some closeness, like computer screen type of closeness, in the other eye. And then if reading is a problem, you can adjust from there as well?
Typically what you do is you take a dominant eye. Everybody has a dominant eye and a non-dominant eye. You try to make that absolutely perfect for distance, and that eye will also have pretty good intermediate. The other eye you leave just a hair nearsighted. They still have good distance vision, but not as good as in the other eye. And in that one you have excellent intermediate for a computer and also excellent reading. Put it all together and you have excellent vision near and far.
Something else I'll tell you that he told me not on camera is that he has been looking into this technology for a long time now. You've been following it closely.
Yes.
It's perfected to the point that you felt good now bringing it into the office, but this is not something new on the market. It's just new to Chattanooga. Is that right?
Well, it wasn't on the market all those years that I was following it.
Really?
Oh, it was still experimental. And as I told you, I never thought they'd perfect it. And when I found out that not only did they perfect it, but they made it better than I ever thought they could. And that's when I bought it.
Then here's how you can take advantage of it by calling their office. It's Friedrich Eye Associates in Hickson.
It's easier for them to know that it's right off Hickson Pike, right by the Northgate Mall.
Easy for you to find. There's the phone number and the website. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Crystal is testing its new breakfast on real morning haters, like people who are late for work.
I'm running late. This sunrise is right on time.
Get the crispy chick biscuit and the sunriser with a fresh cracked egg from 6 to 11.
What?